everybody, Whitney Whitaker with Milligan Valley Dog Training, here to talk for just a moment about toys. There's good toys and there's bad toys, so let's talk about it. We all like to buy our dog stuff, right? I know I do, especially when we're getting a new puppy, right? We're excited, we run off to the pet store or Chewy.com and we start buying them all this fun stuff. But there's two things I want you to consider before buying dog toys. Number one is safety. Number two is behavior. Let's take safety first. When you pick up a dog toy and you're considering buying it, I want you to ask yourself one thing. Can my dog destroy this, pull this apart, or chew on this to the point where it can ingest pieces and parts off of this toy? I want you to ask yourself that. The risk of giving our dogs toys that they could destroy and ingest is too high. There's a lot of dogs that do that and they don't make it off the operating table. Or if they do, you have a pretty hefty vet bill to pay. So the risk is too high. Always ask yourself, does this look safe? And if you even hesitate for a moment, I want you just to put it back. The other thing is behavior. What do I mean by that? Well, when we give our dogs dog toys that resemble household items, it could actually, in fact, be teaching our dogs to chew on those things. I'll give you an example. If you buy your dog or your puppy a cute stuffed mallard duck, right? And you love just to watch him trot around with that duck and he chews on it and he pulls on the wings and all that jazz and you think it's adorable, and I agree, it's cute, but let's think about this for a moment. That dog does not know the difference between its stuffed mallard duck and your slippers. Its stuffed mallard duck and your throw pillows. Its stuffed mallard duck and the teddy bear that your kid came home from the hospital with. The dog can't differentiate. To them, it's all the same. And so we'll give our dogs toys that can resemble household items, and then our dog's tearing our house apart and we can't figure out why. Well, in a sense, we're kind of conditioning them to do that. Something to think about. Rope toys. Number one, I don't like to tug of war with dogs until they're under voice control. And I'm not even going to go into why. But let's talk about tug toys, okay? The fringe on the tug toys can be mistaken for, you know, the fringe on throw rugs, curtains, you know, and also puppies and dogs can get little bits of those threads off and can get in their intestinal tract, which wouldn't be good. Rawhide, I never give dogs rawhide. Why? Rawhide is a bleached leather. So we give our dogs what looks like a bone, but as the dog is chewing it and it's softening, they're smelling leather. So when the dog is sitting next to our, you know, leather cowboy boots, leather shoes, purse straps, belts, and they smell that leather, they may be inclined to chew on those leather items. So again, something to think about. So I'm always thinking safety and behavior. Now, there's lots of good toys out there. I'm going to talk about just a few of them. Inside my house, I always give my dogs and puppies boring toys. What do I mean by that? Bones, and you know, I might give them a Kong. So Nyla bones, I use them a lot. And get the ones for powerful chewers. Don't bother getting the puppy ones. They're edible. Dogs can break off pieces of those, and that can be not safe. But the powerful chewer Nyla bones, those are great. They come in all different shapes and sizes. So there's that. We use Red Barn bones here, which is a hollowed out cow bone. And the center sometimes is stuffed with peanut butter or like a cheddar cheese. That's more like a special treat type of a toy. And I would watch them with that. I wouldn't leave them with that one unattended. Although it is pretty safe, I still would keep an eye on them when they have that one. The other thing is Kongs. I like just the good old-fashioned like honeycomb Kong toy where you can put peanut butter in it. Black Kongs are the toughest. They're a little bit tougher than the red. So those are good toys. Westpaw and JW brands, they also make some pretty good sturdy toys. But, you know, like I said in the onset, just look at that toy and ask yourself, does this look safe? And if you right out of the gate go, yeah, that looks pretty safe. Okay. But if you hesitate at all, I probably would go ahead and put it back. As far as other toys like Frisbees and tennis balls and Chuck It, my dogs love Chuck It. Those are outside toys. I never bring toys inside my house that would encourage the dog to be overly aroused. So we take the balls outside, we throw the tennis balls, and we do a lot of Chuck It here, Frisbee, that kind of stuff. We do that outside. As soon as we come in, it goes back up in the cabinet. I personally don't allow my dogs to play with those toys in the house just because it can create over-arousal. Sometimes they want to play hard and rough inside. And the other thing is, a lot of times they'll take those tennis balls and they'll just chew them, and they can bust those apart too. So I hope this helps. There's a lot to consider when buying dog toys. So hope this helps.